Like I said, I put it on the players. I put it on the team. I am incredibly optimistic, but I'm also very realistic. And it's hard for anyone to beat Baylor. They've only lost one game all year, and they played that game without their head coach and without Lauren Cox. It's hard for anybody to beat Baylor. So if stop attaching, ourselves to outcomes, because when you do that, and if it's all about we got to beat Baylor, we got to beat Baylor, we got to beat Baylor, let's be realistic, that doesn't happen, and everyone's disappointed. So they understood that, and so they came up with 8 things on their own that, if there were no score, that what beating Baylor would look like. And, a few of those things were holding Kalani Brown below her average. She averages 20 and 11 or 20 and 10. I think we did that. Outplaying Baylor or playing harder than Baylor. I thought we definitely played harder than Baylor in spurts, particularly I thought the whole first half. We didn't sustain that, but I thought we played hard. Our turnovers, we said that we wanted to say 16 turnovers or less for us, which we thought would be really a win, just like Jada said. And we did that, 16 turnovers. Winning the 50-50 game, they thought that would be a success. And there's a few more that right now, I'm lost on. But so there were 8. There were 8 total. And our power of touch, which that'll be totaled up. That's literally how many times we touch each other. We believe in giving positive energy to one another, and we wanted our power of touch to be 260, which is higher than any game we've ever had. So I would be surprised if it's not. So we lost some of the battles, but we also won some of the battles. And, let's be realistic. We have to continue to keep moving forward, and we have to give them something to keep fighting for. And I think we did today.
It was the second consecutive game that the team played really well for a majority of the first half, at least on the scoreboard. Mm-hmm. What do you make of that and the progress?
They're buying into the process. This has been a month, you guys, and so it's. I knew it wasn't something that was just going to instantaneously happen. Oh, here's the process. Let's buy into the process, and now we process every day. It doesn't work like that. So you literally have to buy in first, and then you train. And so I think what you're starting to see is the results of that. And some of the kids, the majority of the team, they're really starting to buy in.
Can you tell us about your shirt? Is that a Brewer shirt, or what kind of point did you want to make with it?
So one of my former players from St. Lucie University, a young lady that I coached over 10 years ago, she's in town visiting me for the weekend. She's a designer. I don't know what it is about players and shirts, but she designed this shirt for me. I'm just a really lucky coach. I'm just really blessed. And the shirt says, look beyond your fear. And it's got the woman's symbol of strength. And, I'm not usually a T-shirt and blazer kind of girl, but I thought it was really cool. And, when you're playing the number 3 team in the country, it's like Jada said, you can't be scared. So I thought it was a great message for them to see every time out, of them looking at me and looking at my shirt, and it says, look beyond your fear. We have, you cannot be afraid. You can't be. You can't be afraid of an opponent. You can't be afraid of failure, and you certainly can't be afraid of success.
Almost a complete game tonight for Angel, and she was tied for second on the team in rebounds with 6, which is I think indicates how fierce she is. What did you see from her tonight?
She embodies Lady Raider basketball. She embodies my T-shirt. She did it again. The kid has a broken nose. I can't reiterate that enough. And she just keeps sticking herself in there and inserting herself in there. That kid, she inspires me. Angel Hayden inspires me. Just really proud of her and how far she's come. I'm not even sure if she played a month ago when we played Baylor. And, just her growth, her 100% buy-in, and she's really earned the respect of her teammates.
Coach, you played Baylor, obviously, we were talking about a month ago now. Did you see, since the 2 matchups were so far apart, they weren't like a week or something, did you see a lot of those things you've been implementing really come to fruition in this game and really see a big step forward from the last game?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the first half, we had a game plan of how we wanted to defend their bigs and what we wanted to do. And for the most part, our players really executed that. I thought we frustrated their bigs. They had their post players had 5 of their 9 turnovers in the first half. Like I said, Kalani Brown was below her average. I believe Lauren Cox was as well. I saw a little frustration, especially out of Cox. So yeah, tremendous amount of growth, and how far we've come. But not just from the Baylor game. I just want to keep emphasizing this, just growth from day to day.
Coach, you got a bunch of young players getting some meaningful minutes today. How much do you hope that they can take from this type of experience forward for the rest of the season and into next year?
Well, here's what I think about that is who cares about next year? Like, let's stay present. Let's be focused on winning today. Let's try to be a little bit better today than we were yesterday. And then tomorrow when we wake up, let's try to be a little bit better tomorrow than we were today. Next year is going to take care of itself. So the players that play the minutes moving forward are the players that are giving us energy and effort and are playing with great attitude.
Where have you seen this team improve the most since you took over?
Their work ethic.
Shimmy, can you just kind of sum up this 4-game run against ranked opponents and what it's been like, and then what it's going to be like to take on a more middle-of-the-road team with all the experience that these girls have after these 4 games?
Well, the Big 12 is really, really good. And there's, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe half of the conference is ranked in the top 25. So pretty much every night or every other night, you're playing a top 25 opponent. So it's tough. And it's all the more, and for that 4-game stretch that we went through, all the more important to stay present. Because if you look ahead and you were like, wow, we've got our next 4 games are against, the top 4 teams in the conference, that can be really overwhelming. And so we just tried to stay focused on each day. And I feel like we did that, and we weathered that storm, and we got better. Like we're better now than we were 4 games ago, and that's really encouraging.
Who are some of the sort of problem players on Baylor, and then what about them was difficult to beat?
Some of the problem players, meaning they're players that gave us problems, like
Yes.
Cox, Brown, Wallace, Cohen, Morris, Landrum, Urson. Did I get them all? Yeah. So there you go. I mean, they're really good, and they're not only talented, but they're very well coached. Kim Mulkey, I think she's one of the best in our business. And her passion and her fire and her players play with such intensity, and they play so hard. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for her, and as I do with all the coaches in this conference. But it's, she doesn't allow her players to just get by on their talent, which I really respect. Like, they're talented and they play hard.
We just talked about what for us would be considered success, and that we playing hard, which we did. Rebounding and not turning the ball over. I think we only had 16 turnovers, and for us, that's a win. So I think that we did a good job in that.
Can you tell me about working against those bigs? I mean, probably the biggest in the league.
I mean, it was a battle. I mean, Kalani, she's the best post player in the country. I mean, it's the reason why they're number 2 in the country. It was hard, but I'm not afraid of anyone. So.